It's the 7th. I'm going to be going to California early tomorrow, probably. My car had a little problem, and I'm going to finish my story eventually, but it's taking me time because it's hard. It's not easy stuff to share, and I decided I wanted to get back to doing the devotionals every day. I'm sorry, I have not been doing them, but I've been really busy, and I got my apartment in Littleton, which I will be moving in when I get back from California in August. So that's exciting. I'm going to read this one. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Luke 23:34. A young mother had just bought a beautiful party dress for a very special occasion. She laid it out carefully on her bed before taking her bath that evening. When she reached for her dress, she saw that it was torn and slashed into shreds. Her little girl, in anger, not wanting her mother to leave the house, had ripped and cut her mother's dress. Instead of reacting in anger, the mother fell across the bed, her torn dress in her hands, and sobbed. The little girl realized what she had done and tugged at her mother's arm, calling out, "Mommy, Mommy." Her mother ignored her as she continued to cry. Finally, in desperation, the little girl screamed, "Mommy, please." At last, her mother rose and asked, "Yes, what do you want?" Her daughter pleaded, "Mommy, please take me back." This is the heart of healing. This is the soul of forgiveness. The church calls it redemption, reconciliation, and atonement. The little girl knew where she needed to be back. She needed to be back in relationship, to be at one with her mother again. She didn't say, "I'm sorry," or "I won't do it again," or "I did it because." All that mattered was to be in her mother's arms. Apologies, promises, or excuses could come later. Of course, God never hides his face from us or ignores us. But like the little girl, we have to change our selfishness and pride to concern and desire for companionship. We do cause God pain. We do grieve him. Yet we all need do is move towards him, and he will take us back. O forgiving Lord, teach me to move through my shame and sorrow into your arms and into the arms of others I have hurt. Amen. That always has been the most helpful thing to me in forgiving someone, is those words from Jesus on the cross. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Because that's just helpful to think they don't realize what they're doing. They don't realize the pain they're causing. They're not doing it on purpose, and they're reacting out of their own pain and their own perhaps childhood trauma or whatever. Yeah, it's the most helpful thing. The most ridiculous things people have said to me, like in regards to bullies, is like turn the other cheek, and like, and you can't, for one thing, no one should tell another person to forgive. No one should. You don't even know. You're not that person. You don't know what that person's gone through. That goes back to the do not judge. You know, don't, You know, you can talk like about forgiveness, but to focus on, and you're judging another person like too. You can't tell if another person has forgiven or not either, because that's in their heart and that's between them and God. It's not, it has nothing to do with you. Like you look at a situation and you say, oh, you have to forgive. You have to forgive, you know? You have to forgive me for not forgiving, you know? It's like, you know, you you set down one thing and you pick up another, you know, and it's like you're judging someone else for not forgiving. I mean, you can't, you just can't do it. Can't do it. We all need to look in the mirror, see like, where have I not forgiven? And the most unhelpful things were like people, you know, the most helpful thing you can do for someone who's hurting is to empathize with them, you know, and be on their side, especially when they feel like everyone is against them and everybody hates them. And then you're gonna sit there and it's like, oh, turn the other cheek. I guess I need to turn the other cheek to you too, because you just slapped me across the face saying, you know, everybody hates you and you need to forgive them and turn the other cheek. It's like, okay. Interesting. I didn't know what devotional was for today, but that's what it was. But the Father forgive them, for they know not what they do, and that's, you know, even for those who didn't seem to understand, weren't with me when I was hurting and at my lowest, and went with on the bully side, you know, and it just like that hurt the worst, you know, the people that the bullies, I wasn't honestly that close to them. I really, you know, I couldn't care less what they thought of me, really. You know, for 5 weeks, the main bully had me blocked, and I didn't even know it. I don't care. You know, what hurt the most were those people who I thought were my friends, who would be on my side, who sided with them. That's what hurt the most. But anyways, I didn't mean to share that. But I guess it was meant to be, maybe. But yeah. But yeah, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They don't, I suppose they don't realize it. It's easier to think that than, you know, they don't know. And surely the people that crucified Jesus did not know who they were crucifying. They did not know. My favorite movie about that is the movie Risen. It came out a couple years ago. It's really, really good. And it's just really, really, it was really done well. And like, in that movie, the Roman centurion, like well, he's in one scene, I guess, but he is just like in that movie Risen, he realizes what he's done, and he's just like, and then one of the two guards, it's just like the acting in that movie is so good too. The movie Risen, check it out. Yeah, Father, they forgive them, for they know not what they do. Yeah. That's the most helpful verse to me on forgiveness. So, well, adios, amigos. Pray for Red. Red will pray for you. I thank you for your prayers. Prayer makes a difference. So it's really making a difference in my life, and it can make a difference in yours too. So, love you all. Bye.